I used to be an absolute NPC in the gym. If none of my friends were there and like the big guy was on the leg press like then I was terrified and I would just quiver away into myself and not speak to anyone. But now one of the best parts of my day is going to the gym because I can socialize and talk to people, and it's just way more enjoyable. And we used to have this thing called the lifting lounge. So once you'd done your set, this is my mate going for his 100 kg bench press. Once you'd finish your set, you go out into this little area where you're not supposed to go to, and we just had like Kung Fu Panda playing. That was fantastic, right? And I'm going to give you the 3 brutal truths that you need to learn in order to become social in the gym, because it's not that easy, and you know it's not that easy. So to begin with, I want you to stop listening to music. I did a full video on this and it is very important. I used this picture of my mate and he hated it, so I'm just using it again. So when you are using things like AirPods, you're listening to music. Obviously you're going to be dialed into your set, sure, you're going to be locked in or whatever. But do you think you're going to be able to speak to people in the best way? If you've got like some like hard style in your ears, then if someone's going to come over and give you like a friendly conversation or whatever, you're not going to be able to interact properly. You've got to like take out your AirPods and think, oh, sorry, what was that, mate? And it's just a bit awkward. And I find that when I go up to people and they've got AirPods in or they've got headphones in, it's like, can they hear me? I don't know. Should I wave? Should I say hello? I don't know. It just makes it awkward for the other person. So if you want to engage in other conversations with people, then please just stop listening to music in the gym. Maybe you could just plop it in just for one set and get going, but I would say no. I haven't listened to music in the gym for about 3 years straight. I find that I can lock in way better when I'm just purely focusing on my set in the present moment rather than thinking of the song that I'm listening to. You start singing along or whatever in mid-set and you're like, no, you need to focus in on the set. But once you're done with your set, then you need to be social. If you're trying to be social, but you've got like the headphones on or whatever, you wouldn't go to like a family dinner and just have your headphones on the whole time, right? So it's the same with the gym. So please stop listening to music. That is an essential for me. Now, number 2, you're probably thinking, what do you mean go with a friend? That's the whole point of this video. But hang on. I mean, if you want to be social with other people in the gym that you don't necessarily know, you want to go and speak to that, that guy who's jacked in the corner or whatever. If you've got a friend with you, then it lightens your mood so much. So this obviously depends on whether you can go with a friend, but if you can, then you're a little bit more charismatic, right? You're a little bit more, you have more energy and you're more like, ready to go. You're making funny conversations. For example, like my mate, I'm doing like a bench PR. This was like a few years ago. My mate's hyping me up. He's going, go on, like that. And you're getting hyped up yourself. And then you can just do like some random funny stuff, right? You're like jumping up onto these little, you just do some like weird wacky stuff. And when you're in this sort of mood, then you know that you can speak to people better. You just know, right? Whereas if you're on your own and you're sort of in your own little shell of a bubble and everything, I've got to go and talk to that person. It's like this big task. But considering you're already talking to a guy, right? You're already talking to your mate. It's not that hard to go and talk to the other person, right? They're the same sort of person. You can just go over and speak to them without thinking much of it. So if you can go with a friend, then socializing becomes an absolute breeze. But if you don't have someone to go with, then that is why I have created this community for guys just like us. So I have enabled this map feature. So it's obviously off by 10 miles. It says down there, so you're not going to, someone's just going to arrive at your house. That's not going to happen. Now, just as an example, you could be living in Whitechapel, and then this other guy within the program lives here in Finsbury, right? You are both in this program. You both have the same goals, and you both have the same knowledge. You are like the exact same person. You're like the perfect mate. Like the only other guy who goes to the gym in your class just goes like once a month or something. He doesn't take it as seriously as you, right? You could message this guy in Finsbury and you could go and have a workout in real life. How sick could that be? Imagine going for like a workout at this like random gym, like there or something, right? You have like a sick workout together, and then you just become mates. You become like brothers, if you will, right? Like how sick is that? So if you're interested in that, then that is the first link in the description, and I promise you it is the best investment into your fitness you will ever make. I've also got full courses going into everything, so you don't need to watch YouTube or anything or like waste time on any other video. This is just pure education right there, right here. That's everything you need to know. And of course, you can meet your future best mate in here. Like, how fantastic is that? Right, and now number 3, you were like, hang on, talk to more people. I know, I know it sounds obvious, but it is obvious. You're thinking there's got to be like some special life hack or something you can do to get more people to notice you or something. No, you have got to initiate the conversation, not them. It's not their job, right? You are the one who wants to be more social, so you are the one who has to be more social. It is not up to them. You haven't just got to hope that the gym girl goes and talks to you. You've got to go and talk to them, right? It's your problem and your problem to fix. So what can you actually do, like little actionable steps? Well, on the way into the gym, you know, like the receptionist or whatever, you can just say, hello, you know, is it busy in there today, or something like that, right? Like as simple as that. And just do like progressive overload, right? So when you first go in, say morning or something, right? And then the next day you come in and say, morning, how are you? And then the next day you come in, morning, how are you? You know, like is there many people in the gym today? And you know, you just keep progressing it. And it sounds super autistic, right? Like it's so autistic on this level of, oh my God, do I need to progressive overload? You can have a full-blown conversation, but it is completely up to you. And I know the fact that you're watching this video, you're probably not the type of guy who could do that yet. And that is okay. So you need to do this progressive overload where you start off really small. It may hurt your ego, but just try and say hello. Like, come on, how have we got to this position where you can't even say hello to a stranger, right? Come on. And you can just do the simple thing of asking how many sets someone has, right? I do this even if, you know, I just want to talk to someone. I don't even need the machine. You just go over to them and say, excuse me, how many sets have you got left? And then you could double barrel that by giving them a compliment. You know, so you can say, how many sets have you got left, mate? Oh yeah, no, you're looking big, mate. How much weight did you just do on that? You did 50k, mate, you stacked it. That's insane. You know, you just get into like a little conversation, right? So very, very simple, but that's the point. It is very simple. You don't need some like magic life hack. You don't need some special, you know, weird pickup line or anything for anybody, right? You just need to go and talk to them. If you want to be more social, just go and be more social. Stop being so like pathetic, like, oh, just go and speak to more people, and I promise you, you will naturally be more social. Wow. Now, this obviously takes a long time. This took a long time for me to build it up. Like at the start, I was like, you know, like really scared and everything to do it. But over time, I can just do it with ease, right? I can just go and speak to the, you know, like the gym girl that everyone's like, oh my God, right? Yeah. I can just go and speak to her. It's not that hard. I can literally just say, excuse me, how many sets have you got left? And that's it. And then all of a sudden you can get into conversation or anything, right? But you've got to initialize the conversation, like just that first thing. And you can talk about anything. You can even ask like, what time does the gym close? And you know what time the gym closes. But just that first initial step, and then you'll think, God, yeah, I did that today. I actually went to talk to that person that I've been wanting to speak to for ages. Brilliant. And as I said before, if you want even more advanced education, even better than this, so there's no like fluff or anything, there's no like YouTube-y thumbnail or anything, it is just pure education, then this is the place. And also, one of the bonus courses you get in here is to do with speaking to girls, right? Which is probably why you're clicking on this video, let's be honest, right? So if you actually want to start making progress in not only the gym, but in also your socializing skill within the gym, then this is the place to go. First link in the description. I will see you over there. Good night.